What up, gents? It's your boy Tyler here. Welcome to another episode of the Gentleman's Crackle channel. Tonight, guys, we got a sick one for you. All right, check it out, guys. Now, got a little dirt on there. I did a video for this whole thing before, for the LVE Orion and the RBA, and YouTube deleted it. So this video was removed. And then I was doing the live the other day, and someone came across the channel, or someone came across the live, and they said, "Hey, do you have a video for the LVE Orion 2 RBA?" And I was like, "Dude, you know what? Let me just make an updated video for everyone, and I can probably get it done super quick." And so, hey, that's where we're at, guys. We are gonna do this RBA right here, the Orion 2 RBA. All right, super simple. I like that it goes up to 4.0. That's really awesome. But it's actually a relatively simple build. You just gotta know what you're doing, and you can get great flavor, great cloud production. It's really cool. It's not that bad of an RBA at all. So guys, first, let's start it off with a Crackle sesh. All right. First up in line, we have the Minimal TC Nippon Edition, sitting in the 38 Coil R. Look at that, beautiful. I love this mod so much. Got the BMM Monarchy buttons on there, and the Monarchy tip finishing on top. Just a lovely setup, man. I love that. The engravings. Oh, and the Hemo Espo tank. But let's go ahead and hear how she sounds. Oh yeah. Ripping like a stallion. Dude, that is so gnarly. That is so freaking good, man. Really, really good. Absolutely ripping in there. But guys, next up we have the BMM Mule V2. All right. And this is a double splash. All right, we got gray and blue. And these are the Thief panels. I think I showed this device off in the last video, but hey, show it off again. We got the Micro 2, but now we have the stainless steel cap on there, so you can see the Micro 2 engraving, kinda. And the camo inserts. Then we got the Lion K battery matching the pattern of the mod. Isn't that sick? Full circle right there. And the camo insert matching the camo inserts. All right, let's hear how it sounds. Amen. Certified Jack the Ripper, dude. That Micro 2. Dude, this is by far my favorite device right here. The Mule V2. This thing is it's so nice. And that Micro 2 just rips so clean, man. Such a badass little setup. And guys, last but not least, we have the .V3. The .V3 with the Sturdy One TGCC1 Titanium Entropic Edition with the Entropic Sturdy tip on top. All right, and I think I might have to pulse this back to life. That's where you press the fire button, take a pull off the chimney. Press the fire button, take the pull off the chimney. And that's what gets the Crackle going back, because I think this Crackle was dying. Let's check it out. Yep, dying a little bit, so let's go it again. Dying a little bit. All right, it should be good now. Amen. All right, guys, so if it's ever crackling a little bit and then it's sizzling, it means your coil's not warmed up enough. So you have to do a little trick. I call it pulsing it back to life. And it works every damn time. I also got some these are some Fresno Fog rattlers in here. I got some new Fresno Fog panels coming for this, so I can't wait to show you guys. But hey, it wouldn't be a gentleman's video without Ripski time. Cheers, guys. And with that, we shall begin. All right, guys, so let's take a little gander at this. Let's zoom in a little bit. All right, pretty nice packaging. We got everything we need in here, we got the spares and whatnot. We got airflow pins. I believe it's 1, 2, 3, and 4 installed. All right, so this is normally all the Orion RBAs I've seen only go up to 3 millimeters. So I can appreciate this one going up to 4 millimeters. All right, so like I said, you got a bunch of gaskets, O-rings, all that type of stuff. Grubs, everything you need in there. All right, and this also comes with 2 tanks. I know there's an addition that only comes with 1 tank, but this one right here came with the smoke and a clear tank. But the smoke tank I actually sold to a Patreon. So shout out Aiden. Shout out to my son Aiden. All right, so this is it right here, guys. It is pretty simple. He got a small ass little chimney that just has 2 O-rings on it, and it sits inside this little tank right here. All right, and this sits in perfectly. Here is the Orion. All right, here's the Orion. It sits in perfectly. You just gotta line this part up right here and sit it into that crack right there. All right, and it just kind of clicks into place like that. All right, and it should be reading the ohms right now. Yep, perfectly. I do have a coil in here. But, so, to take this out, we have this little part right here we can grab onto. All right, and the deck will come out first, and then you have this guy in here. But in order to get that out, you can use your coil jig. All right, you can use your coil jig very gently and just kind of push that out just like that until it kind of comes out. All right, guys, so here is the whole RBA. All right, it's press fit, and there is just tension holding that in because that will come right off. All right, and there's you can put it on backwards and forwards. All right, it goes on both ways. And it's a pretty straightforward deck, man. Pretty straightforward deck. The coil that I have in here right now, it's a brand new Reds Artisan Coils tripwire. All right, dual core, twisted messes, nichromaty, 2.5 millimeter, coming out to 0.35, 0.4. I think this one's sitting at like a 0.36 or a 0.37. But yeah, it is a relatively simple build. All right. Oh, and hold on before we get into the build. So this bottom part comes off like this. All right, and then you have access to the threading in order to build it. And then you can take off the airflow pins right there too if you want. I'm not going to change them out, but you just undo that and put in the new one. And it's just like that. So this is what you're going to need to take this part off in order to build. And when you go to put it back in the tank, you're going to need to put that part back in because that's what catches on this side right there. Or this part right here is what holds into the circle and what keeps it in. You can technically build straight from here. Technically. And I think it'll fire. Yep. Yep, look at that. So you can build straight from this thing. You'd have to hold it down there. You couldn't really build, but you can see you can fire the coil from there. All right, so going on to the build portion, guys, you can see you have a cutout right here and a cutout right there for the juice flow. So guys, what we're going to do is we are going to cut our cotton maybe like a millimeter out. All right, maybe like a millimeter out, like right there, like a 1/2 millimeter. All right, we're going to cut it up at a 1/2 millimeter on both sides, fan it all around, and then we're going to start to put the cotton down right inside of that little part right there on both sides. Once we got that little part in there filled in and we got all the cotton we need down in that hole, we are going to trim the rest of the tops off and then fold it down over to where it's all sitting nice and neat just right there, because remember, we're not trying to get any of that coil in there. It's just all going right in from the bottom. It's all going right in from the bottom, right up to there. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for it. It's a pretty simple build. Let's go ahead and throw this on a build tab. All right, guys, the first thing we're gonna need is to get out all of our tools. We have the Vecto 2 kit from Graphex. This has to be definitely my favorite build kit, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh wait, no. I'm sorry. We're not going to be putting in a new coils because that's a brand new coil in there. So we don't need anything out of there. Nope. Sorry guys, false alarm. False alarm. So, okay, let's take this little part off right here. All right, and let's screw it on to the tab. And it screws in nicely, just like that. All right, boom. All right, this is coming out to a 0.33. There's probably a little tiny bit of hotspot in there. So we are gonna actually, here, let's start at 15. Should be a pretty even glow right from the get-go. Hang on. Yep, all right, do we see a change? 0.35, yep, it jumped up 0.2 ohms. All right, guys, should we do a little? Should we do a little? Even glow, yeah, we're even glowing, oh no, Orion to RBA from LVE, and it's a really good RBA, oh yeah, even glow. Seriously, guys, seriously, that never gets old. Why does that never get old? I don't understand it. It's crazy. All right, guys, ready? Going up to 25. Oh yeah, she's holding. She's holding. Let's bring it up to 30. Beautiful. And guys, I forgot to mention where I put my coil height. I'm sorry to jump ahead like this, but I just, wherever it lands right in there, I leave it dead center. All right, I don't slam it up, I don't slam it down, I just leave it dead center, right where it lands at. See that? Perfectly straight and even. All right, guys, so for today's cotton, we have a fresh bag of Firebolt. Fresh bag of Firebolt. I'll do the honors. Let's go ahead and open it up. Oh yeah, hang on. I don't want this glob. I want the shoelace, man. I want that shoelace, man. Hold on, let's grab some of these guys first. Let's grab her first. And let me try to organize these a little bit. Jeez. There we go. All right. So the first thing we're going to do with our Firebolt. Oh, kind of a sad looking Firebolt. Let's go ahead and trim this right off. Because it says it's 2.5 millimeters, but this is nowhere near 2.5 millimeters of cotton. This is way more. This is for like 6 millimeters of a 6 millimeter diameter. So just go ahead and gently pull this apart. Just like that. We don't want any blotches of cotton anywhere. We want it all nice and spread out, just like that. Just like that. All right, guys, so now what we're going to do is take it and rip that son of a gun right down the center, just like that. And you can get 4 usable pieces of cotton with this. You just got to be able to cut it down the middle and use some small ones, but hey, it's still usable, right? It's still usable. Let's see if that's a good amount right there. Oh, the lazy American hot dog roll, ladies and gentlemen. Lazy American hot dog roll. All right, let's see if this will be a good fit in there. I think it will be. I think this will fit in there beautifully. Let's go ahead for the installation and pull it through. And guys, when you're using Firebolt, I can't stress enough, do not pull back and forth. All right, so when you pull it in, actually, you know what? You can pull a tiny bit back and forth just once like that. All right, so because this is so small. And then guys, just like I said, we're gonna go up right here and cut like maybe a 0.5 millimeter out. Bam. And go right here and cut about a 0.5 millimeter out. Bam. Just like that, guys. See, look at this is what I meant by I can use this for another piece of cotton easily. You know what I'm saying? For like something like the micro or this, I can definitely use that as a piece of cotton right there, 100%. So, all right, guys, let's go ahead and get this ready for the fluff job. All right. So we're just gonna take this and kind of fan it all around, nice and neat. This is what I mean by fanning all around. This is the same idea as when you see someone raking the cotton. So when they're raking the cotton, this is essentially what I'm doing with it. And this is just the way I'm comfortable at doing it. Because instead of taking out little small sections, I leave the bottom and I cut the top off. All right? Because for some reason in my mind, I think that means good juice flow. All right? So we have that fanned around. All like that, guys. Beautifully fanned around. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go in with our coil jig and push a little bit down right into that well, just like that. See that, how it starts filling in the juice port right there? And we're going to leave this part up like this, all right? Because now what we're going to do is we're going to come in right here, trim that top off, and go ahead and any that was left stuck up, we're just going to try to mold it down right here. And this is why I tell you don't pull back and forth, because when you're doing this, you can actually loosen up the cotton yourself. So if you pull back and forth, you can loosen it too much and lose the crackle altogether. So very important with these small RBAs, you don't pull back and forth too much. All right, remember guys, we're gonna go on this side, start filling this with cotton a little bit. All right, just so we can see all the sides or all the juice port completely covered in like that. And then we're gonna go over right here and trim that top off, just like that. Just like that. And then go in. Just like that, guys. Just like that. All right. So that's what you're left with right there. That's exactly what you're left with right there. So let's go ahead and throw some juice on here. Guys, I have some new from DVFC. All right, the Daily Venture Florida crew. Bam, we got some St. Pete Fritter. St. Pete Fritter, man. Heck yeah, bro. Sounds so good. Shout out, big shout out Fish. Big shout out to Fish. Hang on, let's do a finger test. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's gonna be money right there. All right, we are using Maviton, so this is gonna absorb on there pretty darn quick. All right. Bam. All right, that looks pretty freaking saturated right there, huh? Let's go ahead and here. Oh, I see a little bit hanging off right there. Bam. All right, guys, let's go ahead and hear how she sounds. Uh-oh, I hear something. I hear something, y'all. Oh, yeah. Ooh, that smells so good. Oh, my God, that smells so good, you guys. Woo! That stank, boy. That freaking stank, boy. Dang, that sounded good. Let's let you guys hear that. Ready at 34. Ready? Check her out. Absolutely magical, man. Just absolutely magical, guys. All right, let's go ahead and get ready to cap this. I think we'll cap it on this side right here. Bam. Okay, so that should fit on nice and neat like that. All right, and we can see both the fill plugs completely covered. Alrighty, so the ring is relatively simple to get on. All right, just like that. And let's go and grab our tank and go ahead and set this in. Now it doesn't matter which way you put in if you want the logo facing a certain way, but just in one motion, just kind of press it right in. Just like that, guys. Just like that. All right. And then, guys, this is the trick I do to fill up. All right. So in order to fill up, you got to take off this little piece right here, and it has a gasket on there. So that's a pretty darn big hole. You know what I'm saying? When you go to fill this in, there's a potential it could flood that whole deck. So guys, this is what I do. Ready? Take off the tip just because it's easier to press my finger over there. And I'm going to cover up that hole right there. All right, I'm going to cover up that hole and bombs away. Bombs away. All right, get this on pretty quick. Bam. And before we do anything, take a little pull off that. Oh yeah, we're cooking with gas. We are cooking with gas. This should be going perfect now. Beautiful. Absolutely magical, guys. All right, ready? The big reveal. Let's go ahead and just throw this on the mod. Bam. Nice. All right, we got her going at 31 watts. Let's bring this up to 32 and a half. All right, guys, ready? Moment of truth. Let's hear how it sounds. Absolutely beautiful, man. All right, guys, I will see you up top. Yo, gents, welcome back to the channel. Dude, that was a fun little build, wasn't it? The Orion RBA from LVE. All right, and this is the Orion 2 pod. And might I add too, I don't think I mentioned this in the video, but this RBA only works in this tank and in this mod. All right, so you can't just go buy this RBA for whatever you want. It's only if you have this setup right here. Now, if you go and buy this kit right here, it will not come with an RBA tank. You have to go out and purchase the RBA tank separately. But once you get all the pieces going and it's actually a really nice, decent setup. It's a good beater mod. You know, I take this to work with me all the time. They made a pro version for this. All right, I have a pro video coming out soon. I'm just waiting for it to land. All right, so this right here, these are the sturdy panels and sturdy buttons on here. You guys remember when I did the one Orion video for this? So still got those on there. But enough yapping. Let's hear how it sounds. Oh my word. Dude, what's up with all these little pod mods being absolutely awesome? You know what I'm saying? This is such a good little experience. There's so many of them out there now, and they're actually really quite pleasant. But this one Orion just brings it to you in such a pocket-friendly size. You know, it fits awesome in your hands. It's a really good wraparound mod. You know, and it just works so nice. Especially that RBA. Dude, 4mm pin, straight DL hits for days. Love that little, oh, and you can change this tip. I forgot I brought out this Monarchy Blazer 510 tip to put on here. All right. Dude, that is so sick. Cheers. Dude, why does that work so freaking well? 32.5 watts. All right, coming out to 0.36. Dude, that is just a magical, magical time. I mean, dude, that is hitting like a beast in there. And that's thanks to some Red's Artisan Coils tripwires. All right, these are his 0.4 Crackle coils. And dude, they work so freaking nice. And not to mention, that amazing DVFC St. Pete fritter. Dude, Fish, you made a badass fritter, bro. This is really, really good. And in a pod style, dude, it rips so nice. That's such a small little chimney. You know what I'm saying? So you're getting direct flavor, direct flavor. I'm just shocked and amazed how well that actually works. Like, guys, I cannot tell you. I highly recommend getting this LVE Orion RBA. It's really not that bad. For the money, it's really affordable too. It was really, really cheap. And dude, it's really super easy to build. You know what I'm saying? Just a little snip here, tuck in the cotton, snip the tops off, finish putting the cotton down, and just juice it up, cap it, and it's good to go, bro. And it's fucking really nice. I'm trying to hit the vape with my eyes open more. I always hit the vape and my eyes roll back in my head. I don't know why. I've always done that ever since I vaped. And plus two, people say I don't hit the vape with my lips on it all the way. I let a little bit of airflow in. And that's only because I think psychologically I just want to hear the crackle more. So that's why I let the sound open up a little bit in my mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll hit it with my mouth open a little bit. That's just the way I've always hit it. Here's me ripping it with my lips fully on it. That's good too. You see how the crackle goes a little tiny bit muted? It's not muted all the way, but it just mutes a little bit when you put your lips on all the way. That's why I think I psychologically don't put my lips on all the way. It's because of that. But hey, enough about me. This RBA. Definitely highly recommend you get one. It's fucking bomb.com. But guys, at this time, I would like to thank the following people, if I could. All right, cheers. All right, these are members of the Ultimate Kings. Shout out to Robert Ford, Chris Greek, Lucille Joanne, Michael Forgash, Robert Shkreli, James Patrick, Sam Freeman, Dominic Giles, James Hatton, CJ Castillo, Clinton Starr, Andrew Williams, Bowen Wang, Joey Little, Sleepy McNoodle, Nick Cristiano, Daryl Montana, Juan Jackson, Michael Stevens, Chris Romans, Augusta Linder, Nick Dudash, Michael Larson, Aaron Baraccio, Ryan Berry, aka Scooter Berry, and Jamie Robbins. Thank you guys so much for being a part of the Ultimate Kings. If you're interested in getting your name shouted out in a video and watching the videos early, I'll leave the links to the Patreon down below. It's super fun. The group chat in there is super lit all the time, man. We have so much fun in that group chat. We also have a Discord server. All right, guys, I'll leave links to that down below too. It's super fun in that Discord server. We have so much fun in there too. But yeah, guys, this little fucking thing right here, it works and it works really well. Definitely highly recommend it. It's super nice, super affordable, good airflow, good cloud production, good flavor. That small chimney really does actually give you good flavor. Now, this battery life, I believe it's 1500 mAh or 1400 mAh. I think it's 1500. And the Pro is 1900 mAh. All right. And this one takes a little bit longer to charge up. I'm not going to lie. It takes like, you know, when it goes down to barely a notch in the battery, it takes like 2 hours to charge. But it's not that bad, man. You get a good experience out of this. And me, I find myself bringing this to work and not really worrying about having to charge. I'll charge at the end of the day when I get home from work, but not really at work. I don't even notice it. Motherfucker just wicks and works and wicks and works and just no dry hits ever. It just, dude, it really is a sensational Addy. Definitely highly recommend. But guys, make sure to like, subscribe, share the video, all that jazz. Leave a comment. Try to leave some feedback. I try to respond to everyone's comments and implement it on the next video. Whatever you guys say, whatever the next Addy you want to see, requests, I'll try to grab that Addy and make a video out of it. So I appreciate everyone's feedback. Thank you so much for everyone commenting and all that stuff. But guys, at this time, let's do one more rip and we'll call it a build video. All right. Cheers, guys. One more. Sensational. Absolutely. All right, guys. I'm Tyler. I'll catch you in the next one. Later. Love ya. Peace.